Hey girl, welcome back to my channel, Parenting with Purpose. I'm Christian, and today I want to talk to you about self-control. So self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit, and you can find it in the book of Galatians, chapter 5, starting at verse 22 and 23. But I highly encourage you to read the entire chapter 5 because it really is good. But before we go into talking about self-control, Paul tells us right before he talks about the fruit of the Spirit, he's talking about the works of the flesh. And the works of the flesh, just to name a few, he's talking about outburst and wrath. Like you're angry, so now you're trying to clap back, right? He's talking about murder. He's talking about envy. He's talking about selfishness, self-ambition. He's talking about idolatry, adultery, and so even drunkenness. And so he's going and he's giving us these works of the flesh, but then he also goes in and says that we should live in the Spirit, but we should also walk with the Spirit. And so the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, and of course, self-control. But what I've learned is that self-control is really the basis. It's really your foundation for the other fruits of the Spirit to develop. So if you don't have self-control, then you're not going to be able to develop the other fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, and continuing on. All right. So, for example, I used to lack self-control in drinking. I used to drink carelessly, and I was basically just running away from the pain and past disappointments in my life. And so I didn't have any self-control. I wasn't worried about my limit. And so I just got to a point where I had to hand it over to God because I couldn't do it on my own. I used to lack self-control in my emotions, in my anger. If somebody told me something, if I said something, my tongue can cut. And so that's not what God wants of us. That's not the character that He wants us to possess. And it surely doesn't represent Him well when we say we're believers, but yet we're going around saying what we feel like we want to say. And like Paul said, outburst from wrath, right? So I used to, lack self-control in a lot of areas of my life, but I also was trying to control these things. When I started realizing, okay, I don't want to act like this anymore. I see that God has a call on my life, and I want to change. I want to be a better person. But I was trying to do it in my own power. I was trying to do it on my own. And that's something that I've learned, which was really when the gears began to shift, because I realized I can't do this on my own. And as many times as I've tried it on my own, as many times as I tried to pray that thing away, as many times as I've tried to fast my way out of it, I couldn't do it on my own. And so I really just had to go and talk to God. I need help in this area. I need help in this area. I can't do this on my own. Can you teach me? That's really what shifted the gears in my life to the point where now I have more self-control over each area of my life. Now, I want to say that when it comes to letting God in, when we talk about self-control, addiction to you. I having sex outside of marriage, right? I surrender my mouth to you and how I respond to people. I surrender to you my anger, my emotions. I surrender my finances to you. I surrender this addiction that I may have. Whatever the case may be, like God is knocking on the door. He's tapping on your shoulder and he's like, hey, like just let me in. Because he's not going to force himself on you, right? But he's knocking on the door. He's there to help you. You just have to let him in. And so we have to surrender our control so that he can teach us how to have self-control over all these areas of our life. And that is really how I've gotten to a point of having self-control over each area of my life. Now, I am still working on in some areas. Some areas are better than the others, but we're on a journey. There's not a destination. It's not a destination thing. This is, embracing the journey that you're on, who you are becoming, while you're allowing God to come into your life and do what only He can do, so that you can live more like Jesus, right? That's ultimately what this is about, our character, so that we can go out and represent Jesus the way He wants us to. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. If you go ahead, or if you know someone who can benefit from this video, go ahead and share it. Go ahead and like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss another video. And I will see y'all in the next video.